Welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. We are coming to you live from the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center at the UP campus. It is high-stakes basketball here at the UP gym as we are coming off a DLSU win over their neighbors, the CSB Blazers, 76-66. The best player of that game was Luis Pablo as he catapulted the Archers all the way to the quarterfinals, which sets us up for this game, UST versus St. Clare. Two more slots remaining for the quarterfinals. Would it be UST or St. Clare? Then at 5 p.m. later, Adamson and UP will battle out to determine the last seed of the quarterfinals. Good afternoon, basketball fans. My name is Yo-Yo Sarmenta, bringing the action live here inside the UP gym. As I've said, this is high-stakes basketball. This is a win or go home. UBC and St. Clare want to join the quarterfinals party. So let's pull up our tournament bracket to see where our team stands currently at the round of 16. As you see there, USC St. Clare, the winner, will take on Ateneo after the Blue Eagles defeated Mapua. And the other bracket is complete. LaSalle and FU will battle out. Letran and San Beda, the rivals, will clash for the quarterfinals. And NU just took a quarterfinal seat against Arellano. They will await the winner of UP versus Adamson later on at 5 p.m. So that is the tournament bracket so far in our win or go home situation. The quarterfinals will happen next week, so stay tuned for that. But let's zoom in first on our two teams on hand, the UST Growling Tigers and the St. Clair Saints. First, let's talk about the Growling Tigers. They went 3-0 in the elimination round in Group B. And as you can see, their numbers, they're roaring loud and proud with 85.7 points per game, 7th in the league. And as for their other stats, they rank in the upper half in our field, 47% shooting, their three-point shooting 30%. All fantastic numbers for the high-octane offense of the USC Growling Tigers. And leading the way for UST is someone hoping to take the leap. It is Amiel Asido entering his third season for UST. Is he going to be the next King Tiger? Well, the numbers say that he might be, averaging 15 points per game. Look at those splits, 75% from the field, 71% from three-point line, 83% from the free throw line. So amazing shooting splits for Amiel Asido, lighting it up from the field. Talking about now the St. Clair Saints, they haven't won a game in the NSAC 2026. They're hoping to pull off an upset here today. Their weakness so far is their offense, averaging just 62.3 points per game. That is last in the league. So they need to pull up their offense, pull up their field goal shooting, three-point shooting, and the rest of their numbers. So let's see if the Saints can do that here today against the Tigers. And one leader for the Saints is going to be Musa Diona. Let's see if he can have a big game today against the Tigers, averaging a double-double. Musa Diona. Let's see if Coach Ginino Manansala decides to suit him up for today. Those are the numbers of Musa Diona, 14 and 11, and he did it in just 2 games. So amazing numbers for Musa, and he will have a big assignment today against USC's Colin Sakoe. All right, right now we're just about ready for tip-off between USC and St. Clair as we turn you over now to our stadium announcer. Now the starting five for USC, Sevilla, Asido, Lemit, Crisostomo, and their big man, Collins Akoe. For the Saints, Montejo, Galang, Escobedo, Manzano, and Endo. So a new starting five for Coach Ginino Manansala. Trying to turn their fortunes around and get a huge upset against USC. UST went 3-0 in Group B. St. Clair, on the other hand, went 0-3 in Group C. But anything can happen in this tournament. A win today by either squad will catapult them into the quarterfinals, while the loser will be relegated to the classification game. So that is what is at stake here today at the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center. Collins Akowe and Endong will tip it up. Coach Janino Manansala has opted to use Musa Dion in his first 2 games. Now going with a different big man. And we're off here. It is USC versus St. Clare in the round of 16. Quarterfinal berth up for grabs. This is Donovan Sevilla, the one-and-done player from California. And Sevilla is blocked by Endom. Ball is saved by the Saints. Here come the Saints. Basket was no good from Manzano. Akowe battling his way through and gets the call. Collins Akowe is at the line. Coach Pido Harencho has mostly used Peter Osang as his FSA during the elimination round. Now opting to maximize Collins Akowe. Had a phenomenal rookie year for USC in the last UAP season. Really turned heads with his inside presence. Caused a lot of problems for a lot of teams. And he gives USC a 2-point advantage. And a steal by the Tigers and a stolen back by the Saints. Escobedo soaring high, gets the layup to drop. Soy Escobedo, one of the top bucket getters of St. Clair. We have a foul on Montejo as Sevilla was bringing down the ball. So 2 team fouls already for the Saints. And the foul issues have been a problem for the Saints during the elimination round. There have been a handful of games they get early penalty trouble. Need to watch out for those fouls. So they make a defensive stop right there as Collins loses the basketball. Full court pressure now being deployed by the Tigers. Play developing for the Saints. It is with Montejo with under 10 on the shot clock. Montejo still has it. Montejo working on Sevilla. Montejo and put him on the line. Richmond Montejo got the basket to drop while drawing the foul on Sevilla. Montejo had nowhere to go, decided to take it upon himself, and look at that, over the outstretched arms of Collins Akowe. Montejo, one of the top scorers of St. Clair in this tournament, averaging 10 points per game. We have a free throw violation. Well, one more try for Richmond Montejo. Montejo is coming off 2 good performances against Arellano and Letran. Scored double digits in both games after a very quiet NSAC debut against FEU. In the meantime, USC in possession. They swing it to Akowe. Akowe with 8 to work with. Akowe bruising. They can't get the bucket. The Saints have had trouble in their last 3 games with slow starts. Can they get it going here as Endong tried to go for the scoop shot, doesn't work. Sevilla sees a crease in the defense and gets the bucket to drop. Ties it up at 4. 2 minutes have gone by in our opening frame. Interesting point guard matchup developing. It is Sevilla versus Montejo. Here's Galang. They give it to their big man with 5 to work with. It is Montejo, jumper, short. The tap, ball is saved. Navarro with a Pinoy step. did not have a lot of room. Turnover. Manding slicing through the paint and gets the bucket to drop. Back-to-back baskets by the Growling Tigers. As we spoke during the pregame, the Tigers are very good at offense, one of the best scoring teams in our tournament, averaging 85 points per game. But Escobedo says, I don't care about your points, I can score too. Ties it up at 6. Asido, basket is good plus a foul. And Asido gets his first 2 in our contest. First, this was a drive by Carl Manding, able to get by 3 Saints. 1, 2, 3. Asido completes the 3-point play. Asido shooting lights out from the field, from the 3-point line, and from the free throw line. Montejo, and I will go the other way. St. Clair has been stuck at 6. UEC's offense has been working here, but Hendong with the rejection, and he saved it. Incredible block and save. Escobedo open. Can't make the defense pay. Akobe, full steam ahead, gives it up to Asido. Misses from beyond the arc. Asido came into this game shooting about 70% from deep. Absolutely lights out basketball. We have a foul on this end, pushed by Sevilla. So substitutions on both sides. 16 to shoot for St. Clair. Shot clock now becoming a factor. It is at 5. Endong with the rebound. St. Clair gets a fresh 14. And the basket is good from Megan Galang. Gets a friendly bounce. Crisostomo was left wide open. Was a bit surprised he was that open. And he got the floater to drop. Manzano. Offensive foul on Manzano. Hit the face of Crisostomo. Escobedo, after a quick rest at the bench, is back in. He is joined by John Paul Correa. This is Kurt Cañete, coming from their high school program. Akobe will try from deep and knocks it down as the USC bench erupts. A rare 3 by Collins Akobe and a steal by the Tigers. Asido spins, shot is up, it's good. Biggest lead of the ball game by the Tigers, an 8-point lead past the halfway mark of the first. Escobedo tried to dump it off, turnover Saints. Crisostomo is running. Crisostomo with the save. The full court pressure in the defense of USC has caused all sorts of problems for St. Clair. And a timeout on the floor. USC calls for time. Back inside the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center in this round of 16 clash, our NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. UST with an 8-point lead over St. Clare. Oh, nice play, out of bounds play by the Tigers off a timeout. Perfect execution as they've now built a 10-point lead. Leola dumps it off. Another try for the Saints. That should be goaltend on Akowe. So basket counts for Babacar Endong. An intriguing matchup between our big man Endong and Akowe. This is Akowe. Akowe lost it. It will stay on this side, USC possession. Shot clock at 5 for USC. This is Lemet using the Akowe screen. Lemet gives it up to Akowe. Akowe left it at the front rim. We have a foul on the rebound. It will go against UST. Foul on Buenaflor. Here comes the full court pressure once again by UST. Leola, burst of speed. We have a foul before that dunk. Just a 14th foul on UST. 17 on the shot clock for the Saints. Leola has it. Escobedo twirling. Too strong, gets his own miss. They have a foul on the rebound. First foul on Akobe, but that is penalty for USD. It was a drive by Escobedo. The shot was off. The foul was on the rebound as Akowe and Escobedo were resting for the basketball. Escobedo, his best game was in St. Clare's very first game against FEU back on the opening weekend of NSAC. Had 12 points in that game. Horns action from the Tigers. That leaves Crisostoma open from deep, wide left. Holding foul against Crisostomo, so 2 free throws for St. Clare. First free throw was short from Andong. USC was able to build a 10-point lead. The Saints have been fighting back. 0 for 2 on that trip by the Saints. Foul on Leola as he was trying to shadow Cañete. So both teams in penalty right now at the 3-minute mark, so lots of free throws. Kurt Cañete was part of that team that won the high school championship 2 years ago. Lots of Tiger Cubs moved on here at the college level, still playing for UST. So a lot of homegrown talent for them. 8-point game, under 3 minutes left in the opening frame. The trap by the Tigers. The Saints tried to get into their offense, but this defense has been stifling them. Escobedo calls out the play, but they only have 10 to work with. Escobedo trying to dribble through traffic. Still has it. Escobedo, step through, blocked by Crisostomo. Lemet to Buenaflor. Buenaflor, too strong. Lemet gets his own miss and basket is good. Back to a 10-point advantage by USC. Escobedo will try to bring this ball down against this USC defense. Leola will call out the play. Leola tried to dump it off in the post. The ball was kicked as Galang re-enters the ball game. So does Montejo. Saban on the floor by St. Clair. UST up by 10. We'll take a break. A minute and 49 seconds remaining in our first period. Tigers have a 10-point lead. Saints looking to cut it down. Lemet has 4 points so far, battling through. He has 6 points right now. Mark Lemet, 3 of 4 from the field. Montejo just checked back into the ball game. Now handling the playmaking duties. Dumancas pops out. Nice set piece by St. Clair, just couldn't knock it down. When the floor soaring and he is fouled. So, trip to the line for Koji Buenaflor. A fearless drive by Mark Lemet against the entire St. Clair defense. Koji Buenaflor always aggressive, using his length, trying to soar above the defense. Koji Buenaflor entering his second season for UST, had a very productive first season as he was able to knock down that free throw. Biggest lead of USC so far. As we approach the 1 minute mark. Montejo, they go to their big man. Miss from Ibanez. Galang tried to keep it alive, and he does. So Agat Malong will now be the foreign student athlete of the Saints. 40 seconds left. Somebody has to get creative here for the Saints. Another stop by USC after that Clint Manzano miss. In and out on that three-pointer by Danting. About 8 seconds separating the two clocks. USC bench calling out the play. Lemet has it. Lemet, nowhere to go. A foul with 2.1 on the shot clock. Foul on Montejo. Second personal on Richmond. A very productive first period for Lemet. He has 7 points of USC's 20 right now. Two for two for Mark Lemet. He is the leading scorer for USC with 8. And now USC with a commanding 28-12 advantage. Seconds left here in the opening period. Galang, that was short. And that will do it for the opening period. USC able to show its might, its strength, as they hold a 28-12 lead over the St. Clair Saints. 1 quarter down and 3 more to go. Stay tuned for the second period. The UST Growling Tigers with a huge 28-12 lead at the end of the first 10 minutes. In the early goings, the St. Clair Saints tried to keep in step with the Tigers, but the Tigers showed their claws, showed their fangs, and even a Colin Sakoe three-pointer that left the USC bench in absolute elation. Mark Lemet, the leading scorer of the ball game so far with 8 points. As we welcome you back right here at the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center for the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. It is the Saints versus the Growling Tigers in this round of 16 matchup, with the winner earning a quarter-final berth. Points have been hard to come by for the Saints. After the elimination round, they were the lowest ranked team in points, about 65 points per game. That has been their kryptonite so far in this tournament. Megan Galang will go to the free throw line to try to put some points on the board for St. Clair. First is good for Galang. St. Clair last played actually on April 19 about 3 weeks ago at the Blue Eagle Gym. They had 2 games during the opening weekend of NSAC in San Beda, April 11 and 12. FU and Arellano. So it's been a while since they last hit the floor in NSAC basketball, as Galang goes 2 for 2. Been a floor. He will go to the line to shoot 2. Will go against Agat Malo. Huge screen by Buksit that opened up that Bueno floor drive. 4G, that's 6'7" forward out of Bulacan. His best game was against Perpetual. Had 13 points, 9 rebounds in that game. Galang won't force it. Montejo looking for options. A minute has gone by here in the second period. Nice pass. Basket is good over Akowe. That was Clint Manzano. Akowe decides to take it upon himself. Basket is good. And he will go to the line to get the N1 play. Another foul called on Agat Malong. A brief stint for Agat Malong as he heads to the bench. Akowe too big in the paint. Took his time and took Agat with him. Eight points now for Collins Akowe after that free throw. If you're just tuning in, he hit a 3-pointer back in the first period. That's been the kind of game for the Tigers. 16-point game. Foul on the pass. Back in the first quarter, both teams were in the penalty, about 3 minutes left. It's been that kind of physical contest between USC and St. Clair. Shot was short from Manzano. Benaflor is fouled from behind. Benaflor has been decisive going to the cup. Third team foul on St. Clair. The paint was wide open because Akowe led Endong out of the paint. USC has been making hay at the line. 12 for 13. As Benaflor goes 2 for 2. And Benaflor heads out. Manzano gives it up. Galang open. Knocks down the three-pointer. Much needed 3 for the Saints. Megan Galang with the 3-point bomb. Sevilla jumper is good. So even as the Saints able to knock down that 3, the answer right away by the Tigers. Ibanez tried to dump it off to his big man. Turnover. Asido lost it on the way up. And we will go the other way. Quiet game so far for Asido, but USC has not needed his production so far. Right now, it's been the Mark Lemet, Colin Sakoe, and Koji Buenaflor show. Team effort by the Tigers. Manzano. Oh, sorry, miss on the dunk by Endo. Had a wide open attempt. Sevilla throws it up. Akowe is there for the putback. Montejo looking to create. Shot was short from the corner by Ibanez. Saints have only made one three-pointer so far. That was from Galang just a few moments ago. They are 1 for 8. Akowe. Oh, with the deceleration, Collins Akowe. What skill by the big man. It is now a 40-19 advantage as St. Clair calls for time. The Growling Tigers have outscored the Saints 12-7 in the second period. That is why the lead has continued to balloon here in the second period. UST looking to secure that quarter-final berth as the Tigers have switched to a zone defense. Monteo, that was a bit to the right. Saints get another crack at the basket. Escobedo, jumper, short. That basket should be good. Goaltend violation. Yes, it is. Leonard Desabel gets the basket to drop. And Desabel, that's his game, usually providing that energy off the bench for the Saints. He can go on a quick spurt. Books it. Try to dump it off to Akowe. Turnover by UST. The energy, the hustle provided by Leonard Desabel. Let's see if the Saints can come up with successive made baskets. Montejo drives to the chest of Sevilla. He will draw the foul. Third team foul on the starting guard for USC, and he will be replaced by the youngster Kirk Cañete. First free throw is good for Richemont Montejo, averaging 10 points per ball game. A split at the line for Montejo. Cañete immediately lost it out of bounds in his first trip back on the floor. Mark Lemet will check back in. He is the leading scorer. Well, was the leading scorer of USC in the first period with 8. Now Colin Sakoe has overtaken him. Collins Akowe has 12 points. And that is a swat by Akowe. Read that perfectly. Picture perfect timing by Akowe on this rejection. Galang open. Baseline jumper. It's pure. Five-minute mark here in the second frame. Crisostomo, floater short. And Decibel with the rebound. I have a foul away from the ball. That will be against Montejo. There's a little nudge on Akowe. Sent Akowe flying. Here is Akowe with 12 points so far. Lost it, it will go the other way. Endo with the step-through move. Misses it. Akowe will bring down the ball. Lost it, stolen by Leola from behind. And an 8-second violation. Another turnover on the Saints. That full court pressure defense has been working for UST. Crisostomo, one-legged shot won't work. Endong, clear lane to the hoop. Timely basket for Endong. 14-point game. Cañete, no hesitation. And he drills a three to answer the Saints. 3:20 remaining in the first half. Easiest basket by Endong, but a quick reply by the Tigers, courtesy of Kurt Cañete. Nice defense by Crisostomo. Cañete tried to go off the glass, get hit. Escobedo open, that shot catches air. No call, it's a call for USC. Let's see if the Saints can capitalize. And Cañete fouls a jump shooter. So free throw time for the Saints. Both teams actually in the penalty here in the second period. So the Saints have scored more here than in the first period. Back in the first period, they only had 12. Now they're up to 17. And one more free throw coming up. Two for three. 2:20 left. Manding, nice cut! And the delivery from Buenaflor. Basket and one for Carl Manding. Nice play by the longtime teammates. Look at that cut and the bounce pass by Buenaflor. Those two have been playing together since high school. Repossession by Buenaflor for USC. Crisostomo. Somebody has to shoot it. It's Lemet. Lemet with the three. 20-point lead now by USC. 2 minutes left in the first half. Thrown away by the Tigers. Crisostomo is fouled. Nice swing by the Tigers, leads to that open Mark Lemet triple. USC averages 85.7 points a game, and they are well on their way to hit that average and beyond. Crowd already forming here. Of course, UP, the home team, will play later today against Adamson. Another quarterfinal berth is on the line. Loyola in trouble. And the Saints get to the cross. Shot was off from Dinosta. Ball was tapped, so it is good. USC remains in possession. Crisostomo in and out. Loyola will call the shots. Once again, the shot clock dwindling down. Dumancas in trouble. Tigers off and running once again. Crisostomo hesitated on the pass and on the shot. You could actually hear the groans from the USC bench. That indecisiveness cost that possession. That three-pointer is a swish from James Dinosta. Second three by the Saints in this game. Saints have not shot the ball well in this tournament so far. That three-pointer was good. About 5 seconds separating the two clocks. Lemet with a push off, it's good. Mark Lemet continues to score. 5 seconds left in the first half. And the USC's defense, it holds once again. At the half, USC continued to pour it on against the Saints. It is 52 to 31 in favor of the Tigers. Second half coming up. UST with a commanding lead over the St. Clair Saints. Let's revisit some of the first half highlights. The Saints were able to hit 2 3-pointers in that second period, but Colin Takoe showing off his offensive arsenal here in this game, tearing up the defense of the Saints. We need a lot more of those points if we're talking about the Saints. Everything working so far. Lemmet able to shoot that 3-pointer. This was the second long bomb by the Saints. As we check in with the numbers in this round of 16 matchup between USC and St. Clair. Field goals owned by the Tigers, 17 out of 35. Only 11 made field goals by the Saints, so that is the problem right now. All other stats points towards USC: rebounds, steals, and that full court pressure defense causing all sorts of problems. They have 7 steals, also winning the points in the paint and the bench points. Everybody chipping in for the Growling Tigers. That is why they have this lead. And as we mentioned for the Tigers, Lemmet and Nakoe doing the heavy lifting. 13 and 12 for Lemmet and Nakoe. Asido, quiet game so far, 5 points. But the USC has not yet needed him to have a big afternoon. For the Saints, Galang leads everyone with 11 points as Escobedo and Endong combining for 10 points. So that is the story right now between the Saints and the Growling Tigers. Glad to have you with us for our coverage of the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. USC and St. Clair in this round of 16 matchup. Winner here gets a quarterfinals berth. Yo-Yo Sarmiento on the call as we get the third quarter underway. And we start with a foul. Both teams actually were in the penalty in both the first quarter and the second period. So a lot of fouls on both sides. It has been that kind of game. But 11 seconds into the game and Monteo has to sub out because he is in foul trouble already. Basket is good. was Amiel Asido fooling the defense. Talked about Asido only have 5 points at the half, and he can light it up quickly. Now up to 8 points now for Asido. Came into this game leading UST in scoring about 15 points per game. Soriano just checked in for Montejo, who got called for another foul 11 seconds into the third period. Soriano, step back, foot on the line, hits the back of the rim. Asido just scored an and one play moments ago. Turnover coming from Giro Sevilla. USC has been dominant so far in this NSAC tournament. They went undefeated in Group B play. Sevilla open, left it at the front rim. USC gets another crack at the basket. Back outside, they swing it to Sevilla. Jumper, it's good. Sevilla missed his three-point shot and had the confidence to shoot it right back up. Miss from Galang. Putback is good for Endong. Sevilla couldn't knock it down. Asido, the hook, offensive foul called on Amiel. It was Sevilla with that baseline jumper. And Donga able to get that putback. Escobedo had a very good first quarter, quiet since. Escobedo, top of the key three won't work. Endong, another putback is good for the big man. Bobokar Endong slowly but surely putting in the points and rebounds. Buenaflor takes a closer look, rejected up top. Here comes Endong racing down the other end. Too strong, did not have enough control. It was racing down the other end on a high after that rejection. Soriano knocks it down. Give and go. Ball is stopped. Three-pointer number 3 for the Saints. Courtesy of Mark Soriano. Here is Soriano. Hit a 3 a few moments ago. Trying to outmaneuver Buenaflor. Buenaflor stood his ground. Escobedo with time, running out on the shot clock. It's at 2. Escobedo to Soriano. Soriano, short. Sevilla had a notion to shoot. Instead, almost lost it. Amiel to Buenaflor. And Koji gets the putback. And Dong has been doing the heavy lifting here in the third period for the Saints. Asido cut off. Crisostomo all day to shoot. Can't hit it. Past the halfway mark of the third. Nice pass underneath. Clint Manzano eluding the defense. Sevilla wants a screen, rejects the screen. Tough take, but Crisostomo is there. Soriano was the substitute point guard, checked in about 11 seconds into the third after foul on Richmond Montejo. Has been doing wonders at the point guard position. But that was a foul on Crisostomo. Soriano checks out, Loyola is in. And Dong has a double-double right now, 10 and 10. Scored about 6 points here in the third. UST faithful in attendance inside the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center. Still have one more game here. The home team, the Fighting Maroons, take on the Soaring Falcons later on at 5 p.m. Akowe draws the foul. Just checked into the ball game. He started this game, did not start the third. Fourth foul on Endong. We saw Agat Malong briefly in the second period. He also got into a bit of a foul trouble. It's always a tough task to shadow Colin Sakoe. So it is a 20-point lead under 4 minutes left in the third. Escobedo. Pass to Manzano. Short. Nemeth looking at his options. There's still time on the shot clock, but it's now at 8. Nemeth rising and scoring, able to score against, he saw 3 blue shirts in front of him and then suddenly decided to rise up and shoot. Manzano lost it against Buenaflor. Tigers looking to push. Akowe maintains control. Did he? No, he did not maintain control. He lost it. Turnover UST. Kurt Cañete and Amiel Asido just checked back into the ball game. Biggest lead of the ball game was at 26. Five to shoot. Lemet and Akowe, that two-man game. Those are the leading scorers of UST, and Lemet continues to light it up. Lemet, 17 points now for him. Akowe has 13. Best game of the tournament so far for Mark Lemet. And a steal by UST. Steal number 9 for the Tigers. Manding tried to go for the reverse, did not have a lot of room. Manzano, one dribble, fake, draws the foul. Lemet admits the foul. It's the first team foul on Lemet. He does have 17 points, Mark Lemet, on 7 for 8 shooting. Manzano knocks down the first free throw. St. Clare and the ASCU champion on 8 straight titles. Now being tested by UST. Lemet, the leading scorer of the game so far. They swing it. Manding open. Can hit. Forward tried to tap it back to himself. And Dong racing down the other end. But the Tigers get back on defense as the bench applauds the effort. Montejo at the controls with 5 to shoot. There's a whistle on the floor. Cañete with the hold. Hand check foul on Cañete. 4th on Cañete. And Dong with the flyby move. Got Akowe in the air, couldn't capitalize. About 11 seconds between the game and the shot clock. Chance for the Saints here, they are running. Manzano is fouled in the air. Manzano went up, and Lemet had no choice but to foul. St. Clair's point production in this period is similar to their output in the first period. So it's that USC defense creating that point shortage for the Saints. In the meantime, 8 seconds here in the third period. Lemon has it. Asido, they swing it. Manding is open. Instead it is Buksit off the window. Basket is good. Charles Buksit with a late delivery. So at the end of 3, it is USC 68, St. Clair 44. Third quarter highlights. USD still owning this game. The Saints did have a lot of positives courtesy of that man. But too much Mark Lemon and company as the Tigers continue to pour it on. Three quarters down and one more to go. USD 68, St. Clair 44. You're still watching the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. This is the round of 16 action. Coming to you live from the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center. Yo-Yo Sarmento on the call. A quarterfinal berth is on the line. The winner here will take on Ateneo. USD has remained undefeated so far, 3 wins. St. Clair, on the other hand, 0 wins so far. They lost all their elimination round games in Group C. Story of the game so far, Mark Lemon with 17 points. As Charles Buksit knocks down that 3-pointer, everything clicking for the Tigers. Bumped by Danting. There was that 3-pointer by Buksit. Just 3-pointer number 4 for UST. Tigers have been doing most of their damage in the shaded area. Escobedo dancing, squeezing through behind the back pass. What a dish and the flush by Endong. The behind the back dime by Escobedo leaves it up to Babacar Endong. Akowe looking to retaliate, gets the basket. And Dong still has it. 6 on the shot clock. Montejo over the outstretched arm of Akowe. Another chance for the Saints. Escobedo takes a closer look. Hits the back of the rim. Akowe lost it. Asking for a foul, does not get it. 5 on 4. Akowe still late, but the Saints fail to capitalize. Akowe is fouled. Montejo went down hard. Tough fall on Montejo. Rose up with Akowe. A brave decision by Montejo. He went down hard. Montejo is up and about, clearly shaken up. There is a connection between Escobedo and Dong. The dime and the dunk by the Saints. Two for two for Collins Akowe. So Soriano is back in. He just replaced Montejo. Manzano. That is rejected by Akowe. Fast break. Asido gets it back, books it. Floater, no. Akowe's turn. Akowe will not miss. Foul on Lemet. All of Lemet's fouls game in the second half. Akowe put up a huge stop sign there and able to get the juice on the other end. Monster game for Collins Akowe. 17 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Akowe. Not to mention 6 rebounds as well. Manding, oh, that was Ice Danting. He lost it. Saints, alley-oop to Manzano. Akowe taking his time. Akowe is fouled. Babakar and Dong just fouled out. That was his 5th personal. So he has to be replaced. In comes Agat Malong. Akowe goes 0 for 2. Here comes Soriano. St. Clair led only once in this ball game. They had a 2-point lead back in the very start of the game. But since then, it's been all UST so far. Dumancas will try short. Once again, they go to Akowe, but that time lost control. Sean Bondok enters the ball game for Dumancas. Both teams have huge rosters for this tournament, building in 20 to 30 man lineups in this tournament. Crisostomo has it. Crisostomo to Sevilla on the other end. Akowe with the hammer. All Akowe here in this game. Magat keeps it alive. Here comes Sevilla. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in what will be a UST win. Akowe, that is off. He hit a 3 earlier. Now Akowe will sit down. Monster game from Akowe. Huge performance by the big man. USC's other foreign student athlete, Peter Osang, saw most of the minutes in the elimination round. But here come the round of 16. It's been Collins Akowe as Leola gets the 2 points. Win a floor. Looking ahead, USC will take on Ateneo in the quarterfinal matchup. That should be a treat for basketball fans. Here's Leola. Shot clock winding down. Shot is good. That was Megan Galang. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Back, that's 5 points now by Galang. Sevilla. It is Crisostomo's turn. Left it at the front rim. Ooh, sorry, missed by Winner Floor. 2.5 to play. Crisostomo will try from the other elbow, and that time it's good. Huge lead by USC, well on their way for a quarterfinal berth as we hit the last 2 minutes of this contest. Bondok will miss. Minute and 40 remaining. That was Charles Esteban. Now the three-pointers are falling for USC. It's been that kind of game for the Growling Tigers. If you're St. Clair, nothing to be ashamed of. Still a proud champion in ASCU. Both teams using their benches now. St. Clair had a couple of close games, tried to win at a close one against Arellano and Letran. This output similar to their first game in the NSAC tournament when they lost 72-48 against the FEU Tamaraws. Credit USC, they came here well prepared as Cañete lays it up and in. Down to the final minute and what will be a USC win. Leola looking to operate. Shot clock at 2. And Kurt Cañete gets the instruction from the bench. Giro Sevilla won't hit. Last 20 seconds of this ball game. And that will do it here. USC advances to the quarterfinals with an 87-55 victory over the St. Clair Saints. Tigers will take on the Ateneo Blue Eagles in their next game. A rebounder of the game, Babacar Endong with 13 rebounds. He had 13 boards before fouling out. Our player of the game is that man, Collins Akowe. Huge performance, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Also a huge factor defensively. 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was all over the court. Caused all sorts of problems for the Saints. Once again, your final here at the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center. USC 87, St. Clair 55. The Tigers advance. Tigers will take on Ateneo in their next game. In the second half, it was all UST taking care of business against the Saints. Akowe with the exclamation point there to put this game to bed. Saints showed a lot of heart, but it was not quite enough to take down the Tigers. Tigers remain undefeated in our tournament. 4th straight win by UST. Up next, final quarter-final berth on the line. The UP Fighting Maroons, the home team, taking on the Adamson Soaring Falcons. So that will do it for us here. Once again, USC with the victory. They get the quarter-final berth over St. Clair. On behalf of our entire production team, this has been Yo-Yo Sarmenta saying thank you for watching. And we'll see you again soon. And stay tuned for Adamson versus UP.